Hey, do you have a sec? Hey, it's Christian. It's day 10 as we count down the Christmas Fitness Advent Calendar, December 15th. And today, I hope you're not angry with me after you see what we've got. It is the Angry Bear. This is one of my favorite burnout moves of all times. It is hard. You might have seen this as the bear plank, which is your knees 2 inches off the ground and a hands and knees kind of setup. But the angry portion is that you're hopping your legs left center, right center. It is hard. You want to keep your knees 2 inches off the ground, back as flat as possible the whole time. If you need to modify, step it out, but don't stop moving. That's the important part here. So grab the mat because we're going to need it right after the bear plank. So get ready. We're going in 3, 2, 1, and go. So the bear plank is a beast, and we're only going to see it a few times. That's why it's at the end of this workout rather than at the beginning where it would have been repeated every single week. And it's near to the completion end so that you're not getting to the very end at soccer run time where it's a total burnout. But keep hopping, keep those knees low, and you've only got 7 seconds of this to go. So just hop it out, don't stop moving. 3, 2, 1, and done. Grab that mat, you're gonna need it for the CY reach. So get into that low sit-up position with your knees very shallow bend. Start in the C position, and then sit up forward, reaching to one side to make the Y shape. Lean all the way back till you're almost falling over. Hold that C shape for just a half a sec, and then sit up to the other side, reaching with the Y. Now you want to be engaging those obliques. This is a real core burner in the middle as you're doing your C, and then your obliques as you sit up and twist to either side to make the Y. Hence the name CY reach. So keep going. You've only got 4 seconds left here. Just push, push, push right through the very end, and you're done. Get that mat out of the way. We're going to the diamond drill. Now, in this one, you'll be able to see the importance of having markers. We're going in 2, 1, and go. So I'm trying in my head to visualize 2 markers, but unfortunately, my brain doesn't work this way. I can do a single marker with nothing down and visualize that, but trying to do 2 in and outs really helps if you have something you can put down. It doesn't matter if it's a hat, a sock, a quarter, whatever it is. I love my rubber shift shop markers because they're very big and very visual, but here, nothing. You can see I screwed up. Finally kind of get towards the end, but you're done in 2, 1, and done. Form over function every single time. Even if you did the diamond drill slower, to be able to do it properly every time is better than being able to do it quickly and poorly. Same thing with weightlifting. It's better to lift proper form than to lift too heavy, thinking you're doing yourself advantage when other muscles end up getting engaged or you lose form and could end up hurting yourself. So always try to do it the right way. And in this case, it means getting some markers. We're going to that tricep push-up, so get down and go in case you hadn't already. I talked too long in that break. Tricep push-ups, you got your hands close under your shoulders and your elbows are grazing your chest as you drop down. Here I'm trying to go lower than I have been in the past few days to make sure I get that nose as close to the ground as possible, chest as close to the ground as possible, and pushing up all the way to the top. If you need to modify this, get on those knees, keep going though. We've only got 3 seconds left. 2, 1, and hop up. Next up is the Plyo Knee-pop. Once again, I missed my 15-second interval midway, so I'll remind you of that. We're going in 2, 1, and go. Here we're doing, start with the left leg or right leg. It doesn't matter, up to you, 1 at a time. You're just hopping it forward, just going back and then pop it up. Not a deep lunge, not a high jump, but you just keep popping that knee forward as soon as that foot touches the ground. Switching up here, so go, change to the other side, and then keep rocking and rolling. My friends, the crows are coming by, coming to say hello. So you're popping that other knee up as you hop off the ground. Make sure you get that front foot off the ground as you hop. 2, 1, and done. Now we're going into the reaching sit-up. So grab your mat again. The reaching sit-up, you're gonna want to start with your hands over your head and go. Sit up, reaching for the sky, arching your back, keeping those hands straight up, and then laying back down, keeping the hands and arms as straight as possible if you can. I know sometimes it's just the way your body moves, it doesn't end up being vertical the whole time, as you can see in my sit-ups here, but try your best to keep it up and overhead. Take the momentum out of your sit-up and engage your core. This is what it's all about. This is a core move, so work hard here. Sit up, reaching up and flexing your hands over your head. You're done in 2, 1, and done. Get that out of the way. We're going into jumping jacks next. So clear your workspace. We're going in 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Get those jumping jacks moving as fast as you can. This doesn't have to be a big move. Your arms could just move a little bit. As long as you've got your arms and elbows up, you are doing a jumping jack. You're popping your feet out and in, and usually most people will jump their feet out and arms go up at the same time, but I've seen people do it the other way. So it's entirely up to you as long as you are moving here. You got 7 seconds left, so keep jumping and go faster if you can for the last few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and done. Take this break to breathe. This is like the halfway marker when we're at the full rotation. We've got 2, oh no, it's not. This isn't even the halfway. This is halfway today. But when we get to the full one, you definitely want to take advantage of these breaks. It's 30 seconds for you to catch your breath before we start going again. We always lead off with a muscle type exercise. And in this case, we're going to the YTWL, which is a shoulder. So you kind of got a bit of a breather there. Going in 3, 2, 1, and go. Bending forward at the waist, feet or hips width apart, and you're making a Y shape, then a T shape, then a W shape, and an L shape with your arms. And this is all about the mobility in your shoulders. So don't sweat this one. It's not about speed, it's about form. So make sure you get that L shape properly. It's sometimes a little bit tricky to get your palms facing up, backing behind you, but that's the key for the final move. So YTWL, and you're done in 3, 2, 1, and stand up, straighten it out, shake it off for a second. So we're bending forward again with the arms overhead for the tiptoe squats coming up in 4 seconds. So get those feet slightly wider than hips in 2, 1, and go. Bending forward, arms overhead, up on your toes, and squat down low. Straighten it back out, but always staying up on your toes, making sure not to fall over if you can. That means you're working those legs, those calves should be burning. This is what is a sign of work. When things get sore, when you can feel it, that means you're putting effort in and you're going to get the rewards. So keep tiptoe squats, keep them going. You're done in 4, 3, 2, 1, and grab that mat. Coming up next is the Sphinx plank with the leg lift. Get it on the mat and get down there on your elbows, hands out in front of you. 2, 1, and go. Get those legs lifted, engage your core, squeeze the glutes, look straight ahead. You don't need to look at your feet, you know where they are. Just breathe through this as you lift each leg one at a time, squeezing the glute as you lift. It doesn't have to be high, you don't need to point your toe. Just work on that balance as you've got one leg up. You're actually working different parts of your core. You should feel it migrating left and right. You've got 6 seconds left here, so keep pushing through. 3, 2, 1, and done. Get the mat out of the way. We're going speed skating in just a second here. Remember to bend low and squeeze your everything as you're leaping back and forth, and go. I always say squeeze and engage because a lot of people think, while you're doing these moves, you're only focused on like the legs. Well, your core should be tight as well. Pull your belly button to your spine and get the twist happening in your arms as you're throwing them back and forth. The momentum from your arms is huge here. So take that with you as you leap from side to side, and your leg crossing over and behind also carries that momentum. So swing that back and forth. You got 4 seconds left here. 3, 2, 1, and done. I hope you were moving as fast as you could. Today I managed to get a little bit faster because it was a little bit stickier. I have a feeling that some of the slipperiness on my driveway is actually algae or that film that builds up on the concrete as opposed to it just being wet. So it's holding on to that moisture, making it slippery. But always be sure that you've got a safe workspace and you've got all the stuff out of the way when we're going into these moves. So take your breather here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. I say it every time. You want to take these 30 seconds to really relax as we're going down to the push-ups in 1 second and go. So drop your chest as low as you can get it. Elbows flaring out to 45 degrees. Your hands should be approximately where your shoulders are, slightly wider. This makes it easier. If you need to go a little bit easier, take your hands just a little bit wider, or heck, drop to your knees, or go a little bit slower and do proper form. Any way you do it, you should be engaged from your head all the way down to your heels, driving those heels back and pushing and just breathing through this. You got 2 seconds left, 1, and hop up. Coming up next is the box squats. So take a quick breathe, shake, squat down and get ready to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. We're popping up and rotating left center, right center, and get those arms involved because they really do help you with the pop. It is not the kind of thing you always think about, especially when you're getting tired, that you're going to stop using your arms as much. But you want to get that butt back. Your heels are taking the weight, and you hop up and you land softly on your toe. So it's toe and then into your heels. You sink your weight down and then you hop up, landing on your toes again. And you're done here in 3, 2, 1, and done. So shake it out and get down on the ground because we're going into plank. And here's your breather before we finish off today. So you got 3 seconds, 2, 1, and plank. Breathe through the nose and out through the mouth. Just take this nice and calm. Take a minute here to just relax and zen before we go into our final cardio move, the last move of this 15th day of workouts. Just keep breathing through it. Zen. Engage your core, engage your glutes, engage your quads, drive those heels back. And you're done here in 6 seconds. So just breathe and relax. 3, 2, 1, and get up. Shake it out, get ready to go. Get your mind into this one. We've got 30 seconds left to move. You're going in 2, 1, and run. Soccer run, as we've seen since day number 1. This is our home stretch. Get those knees out wide as you bring your foot up high, pretending that you have a soccer ball in between your knees and you're trying to keep it up. And just go with your own pace that you can go for 30 seconds. If you have to step this out because you are cooked, that's fine. But if you can turn it up right now, give me everything you got in this last 8 seconds. So just go, push hard, push, push, push. Just give it everything you've got with those feet up high, fast feet. Go, 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 2, 1, and done. And that is it. You have done the workout for today. It has been just over 10 minutes worth of work, and that includes the breaks. It's 10 minutes and 59 seconds, including all the breaks and me talking. So I hope you are breathing hard. You might even start to be getting sweaty. It was cool out here today. I didn't wear the hat because, again, it's too warm. I get really hot when I work out. But we are continuing to add exercises right through Christmas. So I hope you're joining me in these. If you are liking what's going on, give it a thumbs up, post a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell turned on so you know when I post a new workout, which is every single day right now. So have a great one and have a great week coming up. Smile and sweat.